I'm really proud of how Lynette and Philip organized it, and how Philip is so strong about the protocols and the importance of the prayer, how he circles up the runners and starts off with a prayer. Then they stop at Bear Butte and they pray. I'm really grateful for that kind of teaching, something that they don't learn at school. They might in a Catholic school, but it's a whole different way of praying. In Cheyenne way, when we pray from our heart. We don't need a book to tell us somebody else's words. On the t-shirts this year, they had Hotnane, which means I am the earth. It is really important when we have our ceremonies, like the Sundance. They recreate the creation story, and it's really important that everything they use symbolizes Mother Earth, like the kind of trees that they use. When you break the joints in a cottonwood tree, there's stars in between. And then the prayer cloths that people bring that they tie on a chokecherry branch, they tie them all up in the center. I always tell the young people that go in there to pray, if they come and ask me for help, I concentrate on the prayers. Just look at all the prayer cloths. There's hundreds of them up there. And all the people that they represent, pray for all those people, whatever their reason is why they're asking for prayer. And last summer, one young lady, so I never thought of them prayer cloths as representing those people that are asking for prayer. I said, well, some people are sick. Some people need help to be stronger in the choices they make. And everything that they do is a circle, like our circle of life. We start in the beginning as a baby, and as we grow into adolescence, we're learning it goes all the way around. You're learning till you die. You experience things, experience, that goes all the way around. You come learning constantly. A woman has power of life, and it's not the same as the power of life that the earth gives us. My grandma used to always say, the earth is powerful. And so is water. Water is part of the earth. Water can make its own way, its own path. It can cut through rocks, it can cut through wood, it even can cut through metal. That's how powerful the water is. But we depend on the water for life. It gives us life. But water also needs life to sustain itself. Sometimes people drown, and that life replenishes the life that it gives us. On the t-shirt it says, Nidashive, which means, what is your name? I grew up with white people names. But it's important for us to have a Cheyenne name because we belong to a group, to a family. We're named after relatives or maybe whatever happened that day. I'll use my parents as an example. My father, his name is Big Spider, and he was born in Nebraska at North Platte, where there's wolf spiders. And I guess the spiders are all over where he was born, so they named him after the spider. And when the interpreter was putting down their names, he misinterpreted it and wrote it down as Big White Man. My mother used to always tell us, that's not his name. He's not named after white people. His name is Big Spider. She said, don't forget it. Her family grew up along the Missouri River. They used to be farmers over there, and they grew Indian corn. So when the corn tassels out, well, my mother was born in the late spring, and she was named after the Indian corn, red corn tassel woman. When the red corn tassels out, it's got a red tassel, and that was my mother's name. I'm named after one of my father's contrary sisters. She was one of the leaders in the contrary society. My father used to always say, you have to follow her way of life. When I look at that old lady, she always had a blanket on, and I used to always tell my dad, she looks so mean. He'd say, well, she's not mean. You need to learn what she knows. My brothers are named after my great-grandfather's brother. One of my brothers is named after my father's cousin. It's Cedar Man. My other brother is two persons. My sister's name, Hollywood Woman. And we gave that name to one of her great-granddaughters on the run. And it's really important to have a Cheyenne name because it's a family. It keeps the family together. But it's not like that today because there's so many distractions and we don't have the cohesiveness that we used to have before. We don't have the closeness or the close family ties that I grew up with, especially the names. I don't remember ever calling any elders by their English name. We always had to call them by their Cheyenne name. I think it was really important for our runners, for the ones that got Cheyenne names. I think it was really important for them to know that they have a Cheyenne name. And after talking with some of them, they were really proud of having a Cheyenne name and who they were named after. One of the boys was telling me, I never ever thought about my great-grandpa. I didn't know I was going to be named after him. He said, I guess I never thought that far back, he said. I said, well, you guys are lucky you have somebody that you're named after. I'm really proud of the young people that come on the run, and I'd like to encourage them to keep on following the ways of the run, how organized it was, and the rules that they have to go by to make the right choices. There's always hope, and that's what brought our people home. That's why we're here, because of the belief and the hope that they had that they would be safe one more time to come back to the north. And that's why we're here, because of them, because of their strength and their belief in prayer and working together and being together, helping one another. And that's what the run is all about. Kind of the same way that the people came. I would like to just wish all the runners the hope that they have, that they can always make the right choices for themselves, to be a strong person.
Maaka tänne vuosans henne mio.